I would like to call to order the Board of Trustee meeting for March 10th, 2015. First item is closed session agenda items. So, Madam Secretary, if you please do the roll call, please.
Irma Archuleta.
Present.
Virginia Baxter.
Present.
Jeff Kellogg.
Here.
Doug Otto. Sunny Zia.
Here.
Very good. Subject comments on closed session items. A total of 3 minutes will be allocated to each speaker with a maximum of 20 minutes for each subject unless extended by the board president. The items we have before us for closed session are the following: 1.4, public employee discipline dismissal release pursuant to government code; 1.5, AFT negotiation items; and item 1.6, superintendent president public employee performance evaluation and contract extension. Those are the 3 items. I have 7 speakers, so if we all stay with 3 minutes, we should be fine. The first speaker then, and I did mention this to individuals, if you're speaking for closed session, I didn't know if they wanted to speak for open session on this item as far as the superintendent president contract or closed session, and all these individuals said they were going to speak on closed session. So we'll begin with Bob Maxwell, followed by Cindy Fry, and then we have Larry Bolin. 3 minutes, and you will see, if you haven't seen it before, there'll be a timer behind me, and when you reach 3 minutes, the microphone, I am told, shuts down. Your name for the record, please?
My name is Bob Maxwell. I'm a member of the Department of Mathematics and also Chief Negotiator for CCA LBCC. Board President Kellogg and members of the board. An issue was brought to my attention last week regarding closed session subject 1.6, Superintendent President Public Employee Performance Evaluation and Contract Extension. It was pointed out to me that there might be a conflict with Ed Code Section 72411. And I am sure that the Board of Trustees is aware of any potential conflicts with that, and I've spoken to individuals on the board, and I'm just taking this opportunity to address the board in general. I do note that with regards to this, and if newspapers are to be believed in what they publish, that there was a potential conflict. 72411 specifies maximum length of 4 years. However, that same section, subsection A, actually indicates a method of moving forward. And I'm certain that the Board of Trustees will take appropriate action for any discussions and or decisions made in your closed session. That's all. Thank you very much.
And Bob, I was just told, and thank you for keeping it within the timeline, what I will do now, obviously it didn't show up, the timer, and there's reasons for that. So what I'll do is when you begin, I will be the timer again, and I'll notify you when you're at 2 minutes and when you reach 3 minutes. So my apologies. Name for the record, please.
Good afternoon, members of the trustee. And this is, I'm going to speak on extension for the president's tenure. Is that what we're up for here?
Yes.
All right, thank you. I'm not going to speak to the president personally. I want to speak in terms of his office and how I believe that it's a little premature to offer an extension to the contract, giving some incredible, important, outstanding issues that have not been resolved yet. And the first of those issues involves court transfer and graduation rates. Of the 27,000 students, we're doing about 2% a semester of people who are either obtaining an AA degree or getting 60 transferable units. I put in a public records request and I asked this question: how long does it take the average LBCC student to acquire 60 transferable units. The number came back, and it's been published, 14 semesters. That's unacceptable to take a student 7 years on average to get out of the school with 60 transferable units. When I was here, there was a guy that stayed here that long, but he did it intentionally. The solution to that, of course, was to hire more faculty, which we did. But I now want to segue into the fact that during the recession, when there wasn't any money to hire faculty, that the Office of the President failed to innovate and to enact an emergency to obtain faculty. And
2
I'll
minutes,
just give you
Mr.
a
Boland.
real quick
2 minutes.
scenario, thank you. If each of the 270 faculty were to teach, to be reassigned, to give release time from their 3 hours of prep time, 36 minutes a day, they could teach one additional 3-unit class. In other words, instead of having 3 hours of prep time, you'd have basically 2.5. Actually takes 36 minutes. That will result in one class. You could have put in over 200 classes by simply having the faculty teach 36 minutes a day more. And there were other innovative opportunities that I think were missed. Second one is, the
3
third one,
minutes.
most
3
important,
minutes.
is the $400 million that have been spent. I did a lot of research into this, talk about later. Not one project was ever summarized on an on-time, on-budget status. Not one. The college and the Office of President did not give us taxpayers the same protection and oversight that the private sector has in terms of on-time, on-budget. And I saw a report that went
Please
to...
bring your comments to a close, please.
Thank you. Saw a report that went to Mr. Bond, the head of the Citizens Advisory Committee, and some of these projects appeared to go over like $5-10 million. And there was no start date and no finish date. I'll just say this. Even
Please,
if we had had
last
somebody...
comment. You've already gone beyond.
Okay.
We have many speakers behind
We
you.
could put a finger up for a project, and a finger down would be more than what we have. Thank you very
All
much.
right, thank you. Next speaker is Cindy Fry, followed by Ruben Amador. Again, Ms. Fry, I'm going to be saying 2 minutes to you in 3 minutes.
Good afternoon, Board of Trustees. My name is Cindy Fry. I'm the membership chair for the Part-Time Teachers Association here at Long Beach City College. I'm also the chief negotiator, and I've been a part-time instructor for 7 years. I'm a graduate of Long Beach City College, and I've been intimately involved with the college for more than 20 years. Karen Roberts, who is our Part-Time Faculty Association president, emailed our e-board today asking who could come and talk during the closed session. She's usually here representing the association, but she's teaching one class at El Camino. By the way, she makes over $30 more an hour teaching a class at El Camino. She's there. She's on her way to the board meeting. Our Vice President, Carol Sable, is in Yosemite right now, not enjoying a relaxing spring break, but applying for a full-time teaching job. Our Treasurer, Curtis Williams, is in Washington, D.C., attending business for one of his other many jobs that he has. They're trying to cobble together a full-time salary, as many of our part-time faculty at Long Beach City College are doing. We are falling further behind in parity pay and have fallen behind compared to surrounding colleges. At El Camino, if you have a master's degree and you've worked there for 6 years, you make $97 an hour. In the South Coast Community College District, you make $70 an hour. At Cerritos, you make $67 an hour. And now with our small pay raise we just received, Long Beach City College part-time instructors make $64 an hour. Extending Superintendent-President Oakley's contract seems to be distracting from other issues plaguing the college, such as chronic low morale of the part-time faculty, ongoing communication problems noted by the Accreditation Commission, and negotiations between the part-time faculty and the district to address the disparity facing our part-time faculty every day.
2 minutes,
step
Ms.
foot
Fry.
on the campus. Superintendent-President may receive a 2-year contract extension, while the part-time faculty must reapply for their teaching assignments, also known as jobs, every semester. And by the way, we just hired 155 part-time faculty since the spring semester began. We are the majority workforce at this college and most community colleges nationwide, and we don't have parity pay or comparable pay or job security. And I really don't think I have to say it, but what's wrong with this picture? Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Next speaker, Ruben Amador, followed by Lynn Shaw.
Hello, good afternoon, President Kellogg, the rest of the board. I'm here with you today to speak regarding items 1.5 and 1.6, my comments towards that. And I want to start by saying that over 3 years ago, I was told that I couldn't work faculty hours anymore. And in addition to that, I was slashed from a 12-month assignment to a 10-month assignment. Overall, I took a 38% pay. Some of you guys know, most of you, I'm a single parent raising 3 beautiful girls here. So needless to say, the impact for me was very, very great. The actual reality of the impact didn't really set in until I actually had to call the unemployment office at the time and try to collect the supplemental check that was going to help me for the month that I was not going to collect anything. And I got to tell you, not only dealing with those people is one of the worst things in the world. I hope you never have to deal with them. I'd rather much go to the dentist office than to deal with them, but they can be really, really rude. It wasn't until I finally found someone who took time to look at my case and see everything that was going on. And after she ran the numbers, she said something that I will never forget for the rest of my life. She said, "Mr. Amador, you qualify for food stamps. Would you like me to send you some?" I cannot express to you in words the gut-wrenching feeling that I got from that. As you guys probably know, I come from a culture who really honors in working. I very politely said, "No, thank you very much. I'd rather go look for another job or something else than to take the welfare of it." I want to tell you that even my daughters felt to that. My oldest daughter, who was ready to graduate from Cal State Long Beach, took a semester off and said, "Dad, I was offered another job. I'm going to go help you too." So this is probably this is only one story of probably many that are going on here with the classified staff. To hear that there's actually an extension on the table for a president before the troops that are behind you, the troops that are willing to work for you and accomplishing the visions of the college, the academic goals that you set forward, seems a little bit unfair. We're here to work with you, and I can personally tell you, and I've gone to a lot of you in person and tell you, let me know how I can help, because I am here for the same reason as you. Do not leave us behind, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Amador. Next speaker is Lynn Shaw, followed by Janae Hun.
Hello, my name is Dr. Lynn Shaw, and I'm the president of the Full-Time Faculty Union. And once again, I come before you. According to the education code that we're talking about, 72441, it states every educational administrator shall be employed. All other administrators may be employed by the governing board of a district for an appointment or contract up to 4 years of duration. CCA is questioning the legality of extending President Oakley's contract, and I did call all of the board members to express the faculty concerns last week. So had the press telegram not publicized this issue, we wouldn't have even known the Board of Trustees was considering an extension of President Oakley's contract. This is being rushed because President Oakley's announcement that he is on the job market. If you're really concerned about morale and communication, finding out that our president is looking for a job from a confidential meeting discussion on the front page of the press telegram is not the way to build morale and communicate with faculty. I am asking that you hold off on any extension until the campus community has a fair opportunity to provide more input on this matter in future open sessions. And what does this say about the Board of Trustees' priorities? At the same time the Board of Trustees is considering extending his contract, the district has been unwilling and unable to reach an agreement with our classified employees. Priority should be given to settle the AFT classified employee contract, and Ruben did so well in explaining the personal and human cost that you're causing. According to the Press Telegram article, President Oakley was quoted as saying, "This challenge cannot be met under current conditions. The way the governing board operates must reflect good governing practices, and the board must develop means to address the communication challenges between the board and superintendent president."
Two
and
minutes,
develop,
Ms. Shaw.
Thank you. And develop one voice that articulates the vision for our college district. The full-time faculty strongly object to this kind of lockstep leadership and intimidation that squashes any dissent, debate, or discussion. CCA supports transparency and questioning. If we continue to keep things behind closed doors, we will never solve the extreme, chronic, low morale problem on campus. I know I am speaking for the entire full-time faculty when I say we want more transparency and authentic communication. Thank you.
Thank you. Sinead Hun, followed by Thomas Hamilton.
Well, that's a tough act to follow. But I would just like to mention that as you consider AFT negotiations today as well as the superintendent's contract, just be reminded, yet another reminder that morale at the college is a continuing concern. This is not just a concern of the few of us that are out here to mention this today. Clearly, it's been mentioned in the accreditation report, specifically pertaining to trust, transparency, and communication. It has also been voiced at every Board of Trustee luncheon and VP luncheon that CCA has hosted, as well as today's Women's Leadership Luncheon that CCA and CHI co-hosted. As one panelist stated today, happy employees equal the delivery of quality support services and education to our students. Thank you.
Thank you. The last speaker, Mr. Hamilton.
Good evening. My name is Thomas Hamilton. I'm the AFT president here at Long Beach City College. President Kellogg, Board of Trustees, and members of the audience. There's been a lot of talk about numbers over the past few weeks, so I'd like to give you some classified numbers. 2008, 2009, we received a 1% increase. 2009-10, 0% increase. And in order to save money and jobs, we decided to take 15 furlough days for that year, the highest amount of furlough days within the state of California. On top of that, our medical premiums went from $357 to $468, a 2% hit on your salary when you don't get an increase. 2010 and 2011, even with the 15 furlough days of the previous year, layoffs began. 2011 and 2012, 0 increase. And at this time, the district found out that there was a $5.3 million deficit as far as for the district. The classified employees stood up, took the hit, and responded with taking care of $5.0 million of that deficit. It required people to be laid off. Like Amador told you earlier, people got reductions of hours. Employees went from 12-month to 10-month. Employees went from full-time to 50% with benefits. Employees also went from 100% to 47.5, which cut your salary in half and took away your benefits. Now, the district has said that we would be taken care of when times got better. Well, times got better, but not for classified. 2012, 2013, no increase. Layoffs continue, and now program discontinuance rears its ugly head. 2013, 2014, zero increase. And now reorganization begins and more members are affected by the district's new policy. 2014, 2015, 0% increase and no contract for 253 days and counting.
2 minutes, Mr. Hamilton.
We have been told that we've been a valuable asset to the district, and when things got better, that we would be taken care of. Well, we know the district has the money, so why won't they pay us? We have not had a salary increase since 2008. That's 7 years. How many people here in this room have gone that long without an increase? When the district needed us, they stood on our shoulders and made it through the tough times. We carried the load through the bad times. So now the times are good for all of those in this room, but not for classified. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hamilton. At this time, we're going to adjourn to closed session.
We have a question. We have a question from our attorney's office, for our attorney here.
I'm sorry, you have a question for our attorney?
Yes. Jenny, did you want to ask?
Yeah, my question is, we've been given two interpretations of that ed code, and we'd like a legal opinion on it. If not at this time in closed session or open session or whatever.
No, I actually like to get it in open session. Let me read. I've gotten this ed code section, and it disturbs me a little bit. I want to make sure we're not in violation of the ed code. The ed code section that was sent to both, all of us, and
Can I just stop there? The public has made a comment. I believe the appropriate thing to do is to go into closed session, have questions, then at that point in time, as we report out if there's things we need to do, that would be the appropriate way to probably proceed. Am I correct, Spencer? From a legal standpoint. So, yeah, I think it would be appropriate for all of us to. We have an attorney. That's why I asked for him to be here. So
well,
think
I have a
we'd best-
question on the legality of whether or not we can go to closed session. That's a question I have. Before I proceed to go to closed session, I'd like to get a legal opinion on the legality of whether or not we can take action on this item.
That's something entirely different. And can we just go to closed session and discuss this, and we can report out?
I personally don't feel comfortable knowing that we're going to be in violation of the ed code. I'd like to get our attorney's legal opinion on whether or not we can go, despite this section of the ed code that says we cannot
Simple
go
question
beyond
is-
4 years
The
duration.
question you're asking is, can we go to closed session on this
Given the
item?
ed code section 72411A.
He's nodding his head, so I'm going to follow the direction of the attorney, and we're going to recess to closed session where we can discuss and report out. And at that point, we can probably answer some questions. All right. Meeting is adjourned for the time being, and we report back out after the closed session items.